The Out There channel.
Please sub and share.
Searching for the truth. UFOs, aliens, greys and ufology. Real images, real stories, real videos, real cases, researched and investigated by professionals in the field and cutting-edge discoveries. Multiple witnesses, abduction accounts brought to you by Team The Out There channel. Good to be back. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Action.
Yo, who's up there? We'll give it some time for people to show up. Right, paste the site web link and so today's just a catch-up show on anything UFO really. We got anyone on YouTube yet? It doesn't look like it. Let's see, pin. Looks like Rumble is the most popular lately. It's a shame they don't have the same side comments. Instead of trashing them, they should be keeping them. Because if you do presentations, you paste your links there, right, during the show at key points. For them just to simply purge them, it's just ridiculous. So it's not really a full clone of YouTube yet until that happens. So meantime, we're stuck with YouTube. But you can see YouTube's pretty much dead now. We have like 100 views per episode by the end of 1 week, and then it dies off because they don't promote it. Just imagine if they put it up on trending, new live stream trending, like if they had a trending page where new live stream and just trend it for 10 minutes or whatever, 15 minutes. How much difference that would make to a YouTube channel. So yeah, they don't do it though. Only the most popular get popular. Big channels recommending each other. Doesn't mean that quantity is quality though. We try to offer quality, not quantity. Although we do quantity because we do a whole week show on one episode, right? And then add chapters. There's not many people out there that add chapters because they're too lazy. Too lazy trying to figure out content on a daily basis to rake in the bucks. Anyway, who we got out there? 4. the lucky 4. Just hit refresh there. I should have made a beep sound. Hey. Okay, it's updated it. 3 watching now. 1 peeled, no, 3 gone. YouTube, where are you YouTubes? I posted about let's just post a message to X as well. And build. Let me just check a few things here. Build. Looks like it's running. Pause it. I don't need a preview there. Yeah. Looks like that's working. Rumble, how's it going? Looks like it's working okay over there. Still only got 1 there though. Suppose we should kick it off anyway. Okay, all is good. I feel like I've forgotten something though. I always feel like I've forgotten something. But I think it's all good. It all come up nice and clean this time. So yeah, let's kick it off. What's that one? Oh yeah. I should get rid of that. Let's just go through some of the viral stuff out there. Pluton ufology as usual. Now this site here, I don't think it was that one. There's a site called Tank Tink or something like that. Tends to show up there first, but that looks like a foreign name. Mavi Turkish person now trying to create a traffic feed to his X account so he can make money off ads, I guess. You have to get so many millions of ad views though. So anyway, this is doing the rounds again. So-called, what do you call it? Looks like a Star Wars craft with the big long wings, doesn't it? But yeah. So what they do is they often crop these windows, right? You know, when they capture the feed, it's not going to be a 4:3 camera. They got HD cameras up there on SpaceX. And we've been through all these ones before. So yeah, let's just bring up this. Let's try and explain it again. So the space station has a copula, as they call it. How are we going to draw that? It is kind of a hexagon shape, but we want a 3D type thing, really. something like that. So under the space station, they've got what they call the copula, and it has all windows all around, which are I think it's 5 planes thick, is it? I suppose you could look it up again. 3 to 5 planes thick. I can't remember exactly. Bulletproof glass, like. Inside it, like 3 people can fit in there, I think. They float down into the chamber. And I think we've got a stick insect over here that we can draw here. Little stick person. Let's see. I got a rocket. What kind of looks like a person? None of those really. I suppose we could do a rocket. Oh, yeah, I forgot to click off it. Great. So the people float down from the module above, and they can just float around here, and they got cameras inside. I think we've got a camera heavy. I suppose that could be classed as a camera. What is it? Oh, bullseye. So they got various cameras around aimed at through the windows. So yeah, so they're always filming out one particular window through all the panels. And Earth is down here. I need to get that on. Planet Earth. Earthy. That'll do. Well, that doesn't look like planet Earth. Need to create the grid. It's going to be a 3-dimensional ball. And basically, you got the sun that comes up behind the Earth. Gradually rises. As it's rising, the space station gets illuminated. So as it's coming up, and this is spinning around at incredibly fast speed of 18,000 miles per hour. So the sun rays basically bounce off all the space station. Alright, including the cameras and the windows. So you do get occasionally lens flare, of course, because light enters into the side of the camera. But that's not always the case for the fake images that we get in space. Also, we have the reflection points coming off the space station. So yeah, let's just draw that up. That's a very thin line. There's a pencil, we want the paintbrush. So the rest of the spaceship up here, right? And they also have what we call a robot arm. Kind of looks like that. You can see where I'm heading. Alright. So the light bounces off the station. And the robot arm then bounces towards the camera. All different directions. Normally this side here is not sunlit yet. So what happens is you get reflections of the robot arm and some parts of the space station, and it heads towards the window and it causes a reflection on the window. So if the window I was going to hand draw it, but so if the window's like that inside and the robot arms up the top here like so, does it invert it? Probably not. Inside the camera it will be upside down, but then it reverts it back through firmware. But sometimes you can get an image that ends up being double inverted, but not in this case. But anyway, so you end up with what looks like some crazy reflection on the window that fades in, because as the sun's coming up, more and more light's hitting up the top of the space station here and the robot arm, and reflecting more light at the window. So you have some sort of false image occur on the panel window, and sometimes it has a blurry outline because it's going through multiple planes of glass. Alright, and there's your V-shaped craft being formed from the robot arm up here. Alright, quite simple really. Now Gufeng didn't know anything like this. He looked at it and said he didn't know what it was. That's because he's not really an expert. He's just a mouthpiece in ufology that wanted to get on TV, basically. So you should be able to prove that in video if you get hold of the full video, right? So we know how the science works with optics, right? And we should be able to see that in a video. I'm not sure if I did it on an early episode. This one, I think I have. Plus other ones. Other famous thing called International Space Station UFOs. Probably made some shorts about it too, but how's the volume there? Forgot to check. I think it's working. Is the volume working? Yeah, it sounds pretty clear though. I noticed when we did the guest interview last time, his mic was lower, but I think he was further away from his computer and he was mucking around with stuff on his desk. Wasn't really paying attention, I didn't think. But anyway, he got a bit upset when I said something about Lou being a false prophet. Because this is what happens. These people all get together, and MUFON people also think Lou's the bee's knees and all that sort of stuff, rather than doing proper research. And they find out later that they were misled by these people. Alright, that's the International Space Station. I personally don't think it would be coming back to finish off anyway, but which one was it? Got too many episodes now. And Google search seems to be worse than it used to be. Fakery claims, no, it's not that one. Oh, here we go. Live feed UFOs. So this one here. Which all of you people, unless you're new to the channel, would have seen a million times by now. These are my like 10-minute debunk videos or 6-minute debunk videos I did. I did about 50 of them. A lot of people liked them. Those that didn't have time to watch live streams, but then they realised that live streams are actually quite good too. But anyway, just progress. Which one have we got here? Knuckle. So you get these little reflections on the window, and often they crop it to about there. And you don't see here the sun coming up behind Earth and illuminating the space station slowly. And there's this time the robot arm going the other direction. Sometimes they have it pointed down the other direction, going V shape that way. But this time we've got the actual knuckle up the top here being heavily illuminated. And if you can see, it looks very similar to the pattern being formed on the window. Okay. But because the rest of the arm's not being illuminated, we're only seeing the top of it here. So we got other parts of the space station that I talked about here. Here it looks like some sort of antenna being lit up first of all, and maybe another camera inside a internal cover, because I don't have the cameras outside because of extreme coldness and it mixes up the electronics. So they actually just have the cameras inside with the people normally, but they might have some robotic cameras also inside housing, but it's still going through glass lenses, right? Glass panels, you know, protective panels. So we can start to see there's little bits of light being reflected. So let's just have a look at this one. You can see another reflection here. Looks like it's coming off this bit here. Now look, we're getting some lens flare happening. And we're getting something happening here. So that's lens flare. Here we go. So something's being really lit up here. Oh, there's the robot arm this time, over this way. So, trying to work out in the picture what it's reflecting off here. What is the brightest scenes? Again, it looks like it might be the top of the knuckle that we can't see. Way up here. What's causing that? Okay, it's been cropped just a little bit. I got some other square, triangle, cube, what do you call it? Transvoids. Rectangle skew with squares, rectangles. Getting some lens flare happening again. You can see the sun's going up this side this time. So that's why we're getting lens flare going this way. So each of the glass lenses inside the camera have some reflection going back off the back side of the lens, and it causes these fake colourful lens flares happening. So you can see up here is going to be the most bright bit, but we've got it clipped off here. Or have I? Yeah, I think I have. Yeah. Yeah, it's been clipped off here. Of course, it's looked like it's moving because the station is changing angle all the time. Yeah, it's heading back into the sunlight, so it goes every 90 minutes around the Earth, right? So it's going to get day and night every 45 minutes. So this is over a couple of days, right? And you get the same reflections happening. Okay, we got that one back again. Again, we'll clip the top here. Okay, here's another weird looking one. And again, it was like that bit I pointed out earlier with the radar dish and the dome, camera, whatever it is. You can see how much it's illuminated here. But bit strange that they didn't get rid of that completely. As it gives away too many clues here. I got a lens flare forming as the sun comes up, of course. Oh no, this is actually not a lens flare. This one's a lens reflection. I think that was a typo in the comment. It's this thing gradually being illuminated, causing more and more reflections. So we should get that funny shape thing that looks like a dinosaur in space. Pareidolia, man. See, I'm only human. I do make mistakes occasionally in the word and whatever, but you know, not in the science of it. So I guess there's a bit looks like that bit there is like a wing, so that's a wing, so there must be some more of it down here that we're not quite seeing. That forms the rest of it going downwards and a long way. So there's another bit out here we're not seeing. And because it's a reflection, it's not inverted or flipped around like lenses generally do. You can see it's not moving much. Takes a wee while to finally form. Okay, here's one where the robot arm is actually in view of the camera this time, and the knuckle here gets illuminated and starts forming a reflection on the window. You can see it's gradually getting brighter. So cropped it from here and then overlay it here just to show you. So we expect the other ones to be very similar. So let's go back to Scott's one. Now he's done a debunk of this one here. I thought it might have been in my video, but maybe I did that one later on. How long ago was it posted? About 2018, was it? Oh no, 2020. 2021, I mean. So let's display it here. I suppose this is the fake one with some added music. And it's been cropped, is it? Ooh, scary. What's this guy behind? That's weird. I got a feeling my 3D card's dying. What? That's crazy. Well, it could be a browser problem, couldn't it? Last update. Yeah, it looks really good when you crop out the space station. Okay, what's the next one? That's just a static image, is it? Alright, this is where it shows up here. They got some angel music. Yeah, I wonder what kind of music you'd play if you were in a spaceship in space. Would you be playing angel music, or would you be playing heavy metal or something? There we go. Now, did the camera zoom in? Probably. So you got the people in there that actually do operate the cameras, and they zoom in to see if they can see certain stars or a spaceship approaching, like SpaceX, moon and that sort of stuff. They can play around with the cameras. But yeah, so as they zoom in, they see well, they don't see the reflection, obviously. They're not interested in that. They're probably looking at something else. Trying to focus on these stars here, probably. Because there are stars in space, right? So it depends how you set up the camera to be able to see them. Could be planet Venus, even. Because then they make out that NASA's actually interested in this spaceship, which is just a reflection. Anyway, you get the point. And he's debunked it, I reckon. So just open up his video debunking it. Anunnaki mothership. I suppose it's got music. I'll just mute that. So we know that Section 51 is known CGI artists that can actually fabricate CGI images. But in this case, it's just a standard reflection. So they're mixing in some mundane stuff with their own CGI stuff to give it some more credibility, I guess. So what's he going to do? Probably show us the full width of the camera feed opposed to the cropped one done by the hoaxers. It's not quite the same about the music, is it? Anunnaki, oh shit. Yeah, what the UFO was. Here's the full video now. Okay, so there's the feed. Oh look, the top of the video is back. So they cropped it in, zoomed it into about there, was it? Somewhere there, wasn't it? So we're only getting to see 1/3 of the original screen. And look what he's pointing at. Is it the robot arm by any chance? Oh yeah, look, robot arm. Okay. Let's see what happens. The sun's coming up. Oh, let's get more illuminated. So in this case, they're actually filming the actual robot arm itself rather than a reflection. That's why it looks a bit more solid, I guess. And they've cropped it off where the rest of the spaceship is. Oh, there you go. So that's another way of doing it, I guess. Crop off the rest of the space station and just show one part of it sticking out in space. And I've added some shake to it to look like the camera was moving. So it wasn't a cameraman zooming in on it, it was just the special effects. And then you get Aurora Borealis over Alaska there, by the looks of it. And looks like they've added a few extra dots, these things here. So they have mucked around with it. And they just masked the rest of it out using video editor. Kind of looks like two AVI audio jacks there that you get on stereo. There you go, debunked. Now you're experts. I keep saying for a long time that all the UFOs in space are mundane, explainable stuff, including space debris itself, and there's no UFOs in space. If they can move at hypersonic speed in the atmosphere, they're going to move quite a bit faster in space. And the camera's just not going to see it, you know, it'd be like a blur. Yeah. It wouldn't even show up as a blur probably, it'd be too fast for the camera to even get any photo receptor glare of it. Also, they would have cloaking technology for sure. Maybe they can flick a switch and the craft turns total black. It would blend in with the space. Or just LEDs that produce image from behind on the front, regardless of what angle you're looking at. So there you go. And so that one had been mucked around with. Moving on. We have to keep on recapping things over the years because people don't watch the old episodes, unfortunately, and they might do if Google was playing ball and actually was adding descriptions into search engines, so the keywords would be there for them to be found. But Google doesn't want to recognize UFOs and aliens as being real. They see it as against their religious beliefs. I think there's a lot of religious people on Google, Catholics, Christians, and also a lot of Indians who are Islamic. So, but Islamic, I think, is a bit more open to the idea of aliens. I did an episode on it. What is God? Another episode where I'll break down what religious beliefs believe in. Christians are more into angels and demons, where the less Islamic one is a wee bit different, and multiple entities or deities or whatever you want to call it. Where is it? That one there, what is God? Anyway, you can go and dig those ones up yourself. I'm moving on. This is doing the rounds again. I'm not sure if I covered it last time or not. But AARO have now analysed this one here completely. So have a look at the screen here. It says it's on zoom level 1, right? That means it's not zoomed in 100 times or 10 times or whatever. The angle that the plane is flying at, is it? Yeah, like the wings. The temperature, is it? Slave. Not too sure which ones are those ones. Latitude? No, it can't be latitude. Some specs to do with the camera, I think. The altitude of the plane. So this jet's flying at 25,000 feet. What's this down here? Don't know. It's on infrared mode, and I think it changes to TV mode. They've got TV mode, which is meant to be optical, and IO mode, which was meant to be FLIR, right? And that dot there is where north is, and that moves around in a circle, depending on if you're changing direction. 150 C, or is that 16? I think it might be 16 degrees C, is it? Americans wouldn't use Celsius though, would they? That might be VC, vertical. Sorry, rather slave. Anyway, so we know this object is way below the aircraft, and with some calculation done, mathematics, they worked out the object was actually between 12,000 and 13,000 feet above the sea. Initially people thought this was like a few meters above the sea level, flying along like a bird. But if that plane's at 25,000 feet, you're not going to see a bird at sea level 25,000 feet below, let alone 13,000. So AARO come out and said this is a bird with a lens effect. Lens effect being meaning that's not in focus, I don't know. Is it an infrared? Let's see. Is it? How do we know if it's turned on? Oh, right. So this might be a box that goes around which one it is. So it's not around infrared, it's around RTCL, which stands for what? TV mode, I think. Real-time camera lens, maybe, something like that, is it? So looking through an optical one here, not infrared. So they're saying that's a bird with an optical effect. Nonsense, you know. Of course it's going to have motion blur and all that sort of stuff, right? That's probably what they mean. But I said that's a gap of 12,000 to 13,000 feet. Unless the camera has 100 times zoom, you will not see 1 meter big bird, balloon or drone. So they said it was either a bird or a drone under a meter size. But they knew it was traveling about 40 miles per hour, so, and I said no, it have to be a bus size to 3 bus size balloon, like a Chinese balloon, correct? And no one bothered replying to me, of course. All those other experts out there, but I'm correct. I think they know it's like a Chinese balloon, but they're not going to say, because that was 2015 before Trump was elected, and they didn't advise them about these Chinese balloons flying over America, because then they're going to be in a shit, and they can get a shit because they kept it all quiet. But it could be an experimental American spy balloon, which makes it even more top secret. And so they're not going to say, oh, it's a top secret spy balloon by America, are they? So they're just going to say it's some sort of drone or bird, same as what Mick West would do. So I just wanted to go over that one. I think their report might be out by now. As the video states, the sensor is in infrared black hot mode. So let's just see. So this, let's see. Where does it say there? Oh, they got the crop. They got it cropped off. I don't know. Where does it say where the sensor is there? GoFast footage. So I checked out with Metabank to see if they had any different things about the zoom level, and they also on Metabank said it was zoom level 1. So they're saying it's in infrared mode, not camera mode, so maybe I was right the first time then. Because it's got IR there. Maybe they got TV that comes up, I don't know. I suppose someone's broken down what all the meaning around the outside is on some image somewhere. But I haven't got it here, unfortunately. I was trying to find the AARO reports on it. But it doesn't really matter. I just wanted to point that out. There's no way it can be a bird. It's going to be. If you looked up to the sky with your normal eyes on zoom level 1, 1,000 feet plane looks like it's a meter big. So if that was 13, actually, when you think about it, we see planes at 30,000 feet, don't we? And they look like a little tic-tac. So that would be equivalent to what they're seeing there on the camera. 13,000 feet would be like a little tic-tac, and that's what it looks like on the screen. So that does make sense. But them saying it's a bird or a drone doesn't make sense. It had to be a fairly small jet-sized drone. But certainly not a bird. Let's see. I wonder if we can find their report. What is it called? AARO.mil, wasn't it? Last time we looked, they didn't have it up. Where's the solve section? There, probably. Is that one? $30,000 feet above. So you didn't even say it here. 13,000 feet above Atlantic Ocean. I know they're saying the thing was 13,000, but they don't mention the plane was at 13,000 feet even higher. Final resolution, is it? Or was it just the old one again? It's got a conclusion. Oh, here we go. What's this got? What they're saying here? Since okay, hasn't told us what the other bits are. Altitude they have. The max speed. Okay. Time. I suppose that's compass hidden. Seconds. It doesn't show us the other bits. Okay. I'll just zoom back out a wee bit. Okay, the sand. What? I'm just trying to tell us it's a drone like that. because it still wouldn't be big enough. It'd have to be a huge drone. And it certainly wasn't like that. It was definitely F-18, wasn't it? So what are they trying to tell us here? Not sure. Matrices. Mathematics. Fooyah. I don't know how anyone gets excited in mathematics. I was pretty good at school when I was doing it, but I found it pretty boring. Looks like I've added a lot to it though, since we've last looked. I think this must be the updated one, surely. I want to zoom in. Although a complete set of data to fully solve for the location speed hidden, UAP was not available at the time of the writing. What's that mean? There's high confidence that the UAP did not exhibit anomalous or even exceptional behavior. This conclusion is based on results of analysis. Didn't mention anything about bird flying mostly level. Although the shorter section of the video may result in higher uncertainty. Don't mention anything about bird there, did it? I don't think that's the updated one. Has it got a date on it? It's February the 6th there. Let me see, can we search it? Control F maybe? Okay, it has got bird mentioned. Let's see. Was it in the conclusion though? Yeah, drone, small drone or bird. There's no way it can be a small drone or bird. That's just bullshit. That wasn't that Taylor guy doing analysis on that, because it's bound to be wrong. AARO could not determine the object size. There you go. So why would they say it's a bird? You should be able to say it's a. You can say estimate size based on the distance. You should have that sort of knowledge. Due to the video's low resolution and the range from the sensor to the object, 13,000 feet. However, pixel analysis, a method of measuring the object's size based on pixel relative to object's known dimensions by AARO's intelligence community partner. So the object was 1 meter or less. There's no way. Just think of it like common sense, like a person looking up at the sky. They're lucky to see the plane at 30,000 feet, let alone 26,000 feet or 13,000 feet. They might see it on camera. You might. Pixel analysis. I don't think that works very well. I wanted to see some other mathematics on that. Where's the mathematics on it? size of object on film based on pixels. I thought we had some activity on the side there, but the bot's just posted a message. Calculate size of it when I have a physical pixel size. Yeah, I don't think it's going to be very accurate. So you'd have to know the focal length, the sensor size, how many pixels there are, and how many pixels shown. Yeah, we need to see the calculations on that. Sensor creating images, but about images as a means for measuring stuff. What's that even mean? And you can see it gets quite technical. Distorted correction may reduce the field of view. Accuracy of the focal length. If you're not focused on infinity. I think they've made a mistake anyway. We need to see the full calculations. Sounds like it can go wrong there. There is some calculators where you can plug all the information, and we've used it before. Working out that Utah Falcon. And of course that's using CCD pixel size. There are several problems with your solution, real world problems that will seriously impact the accuracy of your calculation. The first is that this will only work for object you are measuring is exactly parallel to your camera sensor. There you go. This is probably where they've gone wrong. You have perspective distortion. The second is the focal lengths are not accurate. Number in the spec is rounded to the nearest common focal length, and even that only when the lens is focused to infinity. The focal length changes with focus. And that's even before we consider distortion caused by the lens and other imperfections. Most of the problems can be solved by taking a test shot of an object of a known size. Well, that's probably what they would have to do in their report, wouldn't it? Use the same camera, duplicate it, and then do a side-by-side match. They're not going to do that. AARO would be too lazy to do that, to really say, well, here you go, we've worked out the exact size of this. I think they're just covering up that it's a balloon. Okay. But yeah, we have got calculator here somewhere where you plug it all in. I think it's still on the page here somewhere. This guy, forensics, GMT, GPS coordinate points, acceleration calculator, time converter, average wind speeds. Of course, some of these links are no more. Google Translate. Didn't we add it to the front? I'm sure we did. I can't see it. That's annoying. Maybe I missed it, but yeah. Can't see it. Well, it may have been there at one stage, and maybe the site got taken down. I may have removed the link to it. Oh, it's just a bit unfortunate. I thought we were going to bring it up and show you all the inputs you have to input. There's quite a few of them that you have to know about: the camera lens used, focal length, field of view, and all that sort of stuff. So it seems to me that, how inaccurate it's going to be, I don't know. But I still think it's a bus-size object in that video. And it doesn't discount it being a UFO, does it? UFOs could travel at 40 miles per hour, and they would be the size of a balloon, 2-3 times the size of a weather balloon, bus-size balloon. So this is another one here on chemtrails. Chemtrails seem to be very popular at the moment because JFK is said he's going to look into it, and of course you got Mick West and all these other people laughing at him. But I don't see that as laughable myself. He can talk to his experts. They can advise him whether it's contrails or chemtrails, but I still say technically they are chemical trails because jet engines do produce hydrocarbons at the end. So it's being mixed in with the ice crystals, and of course they may have some sort of additive chemicals added to the jet fuel. You know how they add chemicals to the petrol. But we know that cloud seeding does happen, and as we looked at it quickly last time, although I didn't put it in AI, we probably could use, let's see if Google's search will come up. It was called sulfur. So if we type in silver dioxide, that's what they use for cloud seeding. Will say poisonous or dangerous for plants. So we didn't type in that in last time. Have I spelled it right here? Silver diide. Let's see how clever Google is. He'll correct any mistakes, hopefully. Alright. Iodide. I got it around the wrong way there. Yeah, iodine. Yeah, that makes sense, doesn't it? They said it has a yellow colour, and iodine is yellow, isn't it? Iodide. Oop. Planets. Plants. There we go. Finally get there. Silver iodide. AgL can be toxic to plants dependent on the dose and the amount of exposure. But if they got automatic machines spraying in the hills of California, you don't know how it's going to get dispersed evenly, right? It goes by wind speed. So it could be in clumps of more toxic than land on plants. There's not been much study done on it, right? So let's have a look. Explanation. Dose. Low doses of silver iodide can have beneficial effects, while high doses can be toxic. Sounds a bit like fluoride, doesn't it? Repeated exposure to silver iodide can lead to bioaccumulation, which can be harmful to aquatic life. So that's ponds, sea, rivers. Plant uptake. Silver nanoparticles can be taken up by plants through their roots and leaves. Yeah. Silver iodide can decrease photosynthetic activity in phytoplankton and reduce the viability of soil bacteria. So it kills bacteria. Environmental concerns. Silver iodide is most common chemical used in cloud seeding, but its use raises ecological concerns. Some studies suggest that the amount of chemicals used in small and the silver iodide is not biochemical available. However, other studies highlight the potential harms from bioaccumulations. So they're still yet to do more studies, aren't they? Researchers are exploring less harmful alternatives to silver iodide, such as using negatively charged ions like calcium chloride instead of ice-like crystals. And isn't calcium chloride poisonous? They said it's less harmful. So let's have a look at calcium chloride. Highly soluble in water. Is it toxic? That's probably what we need to probably ask. There you go. It can be toxic if ingested or inhaled in large quantities. So depends what large quantities means. It can also irritate the skin, eyes, and respiratory system. So if you've got asthma, all these chemicals in the air is not going to help, is it? Well, let's go to the country for a nice, fresh, clean air, and then you got California just shooting up the stuff into the sky there, just down from your ranch. Ingestion can cause burns to the mouth and throat. Yeah, that sounds like great stuff to put into cloud seeding. Surface dryness and desiccating moist skin. I was getting rid of the moisture in your skin. Eyes can cause serious eye damage and irritation. Respiratory system can cause irritation. Safety precautions. Wear protective equipment. Use inhaling and avoid inhaling of the vapors or dust. Well, that's out of the question if they're using it for bloody cloud seeding. Wipe up Yeah, so even that solution is not good. Let's try silver and farm or cattle. Let's see. It's dangerous. Let's see what happens. No, it's not going to give us the AI in this one. Silver chloride they could use. I suppose it wouldn't be any good for cloud seeding though. 40 pages on silver toxicity. Okay, let's try that one. We know it wasn't good for plants and water animals. Chronic iodine toxicity. Of course, that affects us as too. We can have too much of it. Because a lot of it's added to salt and cause your hormones to go wrong, like mine. In my case, it's probably too low because I tried to cut back on salt. And when they did the blood test, my sodium levels are actually below the low level, which was normally abnormal for me because we used to eat a lot of grease and salt in my youth food before we found out about the food pyramid being wrong and the oils that we're using were bad. So it's gone full circle. Now we're eating meat. I've lost 7 kg so far. Eating more meat and cutting out bread and potatoes. They're the two evils, but they taste damn good. French fries and bread, a fresh loaf of bread straight from the bakery, yummy. But yes, certainly cutting that out of my diet is making me get better. But I do have occasionally once a week, so I don't get cravings. You know, so I might have a sandwich, like a tomato sandwich or a corned beef sandwich. But anyway, back to this. So cloud seeding. So if JFK is looking into that, he'll want all those sort of studies, right? Sounds like it's bad for animals, humans. Let's just try the last one. Is it bad for animals? It's not known to be harmful to animals or humans. It's used in clouds. Okay, that's sort of counteracting what we just read. Iodine is already present in the environment in small amounts. Studies since have found that silver iodine doesn't have significant effects on animals, plants. Toxicity of silver depends on the chemical form. Cloud seed concerns. However, mishandling silver iodine could pollute the environment, which could harm people and animals. Cloud seeding could contaminate the environment. There we go. Mishandled silver, with spills, which does happen. Cloud seeding could have other adverse effects on both biota in the aquatic and terrestrial ecosystems. So yeah, sort of seems to be a double-ended sword here. Oh no, early studies, it's safe. Oh, maybe not. Not since we've been using it for cloud seeding. To mitigate these risks, it's important to have strict protocols for handling and using silver. And it's always going to be mistakes. Humans are always going to make mistakes. Potential risks of acute toxicity induced by AGL cloud seeding on soil. Okay. So it sounds like it's bacteria in the soil that could be a problem. Mostly. And when was that study done? Now, we often heard that climate change is often rigged results, or they don't tell the full truth. I think this might be a point in case. A 6 of toxicology tests were used to assess the effects. Abstract. Sounds like a proper write-up. A science paper, right? Induced changes in weather has been performed for more than half a century. Cloud seeding is a common technique that serves several climate purposes. Or weakened hurricanes. So why did they use it in Texas then? Weather modification activities are performed by dispersing seeded agents under the Clean Water Act. It's considered a hazardous substance and priority pollutant and toxic pollutant because cloud seeding activities release silver iodide to the atmosphere over specific areas, and because the total amount of released silver blah blah can be achieved in some cases higher annual values to 3 metric tons. 1996 that was, so 30 years ago, and they said it was dangerous. It's a lot of reading, isn't it? So this is the sort of thing that JK should be looking into, I guess, and it shouldn't be funny if he says, yeah, he's going to put an end to it. No more cloud seeding. Conclusion. Integral evaluation of all endpoints has allowed to classify the exotoxicological risks associated with 0.43 UM AGL concentration as high according to DVI value obtained. The results obtained in this work evidence an AGL accurate acute toxic impact. Don't sound very good there, does it? Due to low silver solubility, otherwise it doesn't break down, and other underlying toxicity such as it doesn't continue. Funding for the study was provided by the Spanish government, so that was in Spain. Okay. So obviously they're using a lot of weather modification there too, right? Nano silver induces dose response effect on the nematode. Where did they come up with all these long names? Anyway, that's 2012. So that must be a bacteria they're talking about there, is it? It sounds like a bacteria name. In the soil, maybe. Soil organisms. So some of these are pretty old, so they probably need more current studies again. 2000, 2008. Metal ions on biological oxygen demand. Photo, so that's 2014. Protein overexpression found in cells of green algae. So they know it did impact waterways, sea life. So yeah, so a lot to go through there. That didn't sound really good, did it? Despite the AI saying it has shown to not cause any harm in humans, may be wrong. Anyway, let's get back to this video here, doing the rounds, and I think it was a person that we featured sometimes, wasn't it? What's his name? Parabreakdown. So we'll just play this clip of his here. Is it muted? Alright, probably why. Oh yeah, make it scary, lots of noise. Oh no, they've left the chemtrail maker on. Pilot leaves conspiracy switch on after landing. Yeah, I'm just gonna his intro here, go back to his breakdown. He would have done some research on it. Save us having to do it.
About this video I came across, in which many are using it to validate the chemtrail theory. You know, like perhaps the pilot screwed up and accidentally flipped the dispersal switch or something. Well, here is another video showing the same thing, different aircraft. So here's the story. Now, these planes have an extra engine located near the tail. While it sits at the terminal, the main engines are off, so they need this extra engine running to power the climate control and electronics prior to departure. Now, this auxiliary power unit, otherwise known as the APU, can overheat at times or blow a bearing, causing an excess amount of oil to be burned off. Now, in these engines, the smoke from the burned oil is white, not black. And in regards to some chemtrail comments, we can see the ground crew mulling about near the plane.
So there you go. So obviously it's blowing a seal, and oil's getting into the little jet engine on the back that powers a generator for electricity. And you often hear those little motors when the plane's on the tarmac before everybody gets on. Now, they can't, I suppose the batteries would run dry otherwise, right?
This was a ruptured chemtrail tank. I would hardly think they would be anywhere near it. No, I don't believe in chemtrails, but I do believe in contrails. That's a discussion for another time.
Okay, there you go. So I've never seen that video before, but I thought it was quite interesting. So whether they were going to fix their engine, I don't know. Are they just going to let it pour out all the oil? I don't think so. They wouldn't allow that to be taken off. Maybe they're just running down the fuel in the leftover tank and then waiting for it to dry out and then change the seal on it, maybe. On to the next thing. Garbage analysis. Okay, now we get onto the egg. We get all these stupid egg ones videos showing up now. Most of them are obviously fake. And here's another one in point. And I had seen it in the week, and also I think GoFast looked at it and said pretty much what I'm going to say. There's nothing special here. It's not an alien craft. But we'll play the video in a minute, or the clip of it. Hey Steve B, how's it going? On Pilled, thanks you for joining us on Pilled. Who else is out there? Anybody? I don't think so. I'm not sure what's going on with YouTube. We've got 3 watching, but no one's commented there from what I'm seeing. But yeah, thanks for popping in and letting us know you're about. How many you got people on at the moment? 8 watching. Wow! Yeah, I don't know what's going on out there, but people are not interested to know the truth, I guess. Anyway, let's just clip this one off. New egg UFO. And you can see that it's got very thin lines going to it and some sort of, what do you call it, metal sling. And a glowing green thing, which may not be the real color because it's got some false color added to it. So this is on vetted, but I think the video is from Duckley or whatever it is called.
All right, vetters.
So let's see if we can find where it is. I think it's still not memorizing my locations and videos. Save us having to do this. Oh, here we go. Now, helicopter doesn't sound like that unless it's slowed down, right? Well and truly slowed down. Okay, is that a person's hand there?
So that's what we're looking at here. That's the video.
That looks like a person's hand, doesn't it? What do you reckon? Rather than a cord going down to a smaller cord that's holding the rest of it. It looks so fake, it really does. And what we got here? Is that meant to be the reflection of the Black Hawk helicopter that's going to be carrying it? I don't know, let's have a look. Is that, or was it a reflection? It meant to be a reflection of this thing. Now look how light it is, right? It might be a reflection. That means there must be another source of light there. So just having a quick look at this one. So there's another light source here that causes the reflection. But why can't we see the reflection at the moment? Now we're getting a reflection straight down here off the ball. Oh, I hate that double click nonsense. You can see it looks like it's really light, like a big plastic ball. You can see it's got a ridge here where the two halves have been joined together in a plastic factory. And it looks to me like some sort of LED light source thrown in the middle here. Which means there could be a hole that unscrews where you put the light source in. It's probably some sort of one of those outside ball lamps they use in construction sites, right? You can see it looks like it's pretty unbalanced. Doesn't look very heavy at all. It looks like it could be some sort of really thick balloon, but I think it might be a solid plastic casing on this. So yeah, let's have a look. It's not even egg shape, right? It looks like it's a perfect sphere shape, so yeah. Construction. Well, maybe not. I'll just put in plastic ball light. See what comes up with just that. LED garden lights images. Let's have a look. Ah, there we go. How big are they? They look fairly big. Yep, that looks pretty big. Garden lights. And you can get different colours with LEDs in them. So, someone's getting delivered a big glowing ball in their backyard by a helicopter. There we go, solved. Yeah, it looks like that. Can we actually see a seam on these though? Oh, here we go. What's that one? No, little small ones. Damn. Oh, here we go. There we're talking. Rechargeable even. Ah. Can we see a seam on them though? $76. They're not good enough images really. It's bound to be a plastic seam on them. I suppose with the right camera though. If it's like really a night vision camera they're using, you would see a lot more detail, like the seam.
So that's
Actually, was that the seam? Let's just go back again. Oh, look here. Okay, so as it tilts, the light reflects off an edge. So that's the difference in the angle. I don't think it's a rope going around it. The way it rolled there, and suddenly the sheen showed up. It looks like they may have a cord in the seam too. Stop it moving. Let's see, whereabouts is that rope? Oh no, the rope is just above it. Going this way. No, that seam's definitely a seam that's reflected more light because it's not flush, right? Does that look like a rope with a... Well, it looks like a hand. It does, doesn't it? Come on. Someone's wearing a glove there with a hand in it. Of course, there's nothing like the other video. I'm not sure if this is meant to be the same as the other video, but again, it looks like it's just terribly bad made fake. And I think we found our solution here. These human-sized things for the garden. And yeah, I think we'll leave it there. Now these guys talk utter shit. on the show.
So that's what we're looking at here. That's the video in question. That's the best version I was able to find on the internet. Without.
Now they said it's been analysed by this expert. And I'm not sure if that's the crime scene expert that did the Vegas alien one that we looked at, where I broke it down properly with the light sources, showing it was actually just shadow play because they had so many light sources there. That guy was saying it was a real creature moving. I think it's the same one. On News Nation, so you can't trust anything this guy's got to say. Scott Roder, is it? He might be a crime scene specialist, but he's not a video analysis guy. That's for sure. Oh damn, I forgot his name again. What was that again? Scott Roder or something. Let's see if we can look him up. Yep, my eyes are still, they're going to be much better. Unless I get some glasses, I guess. Maybe equalize out the eyes. Scott Roder. In fact, I think my eyes were better with my other old eye because I had a clear part I could use to read the screen better on the left eye. Forensic specialist. I'll just type that in. Done. There you go. Come up straight away, so it must be the same guy. And his analysis was really, really bad. So yeah, I'm not going to bother too much listening to what that guy has to say because it's bound to be garbage. Because he got this one totally wrong. Why has it gone to full screen? Because it's Fox News. Stupid site. Okay, what does this say? Ah, right, it's the same guy. Crime scene analysis who testified as an expert on some of the biggest criminal cases. Teamed up with a podcaster, Jim Crook, to analyze Vegas alien sighting. So why would he ruin his reputation by doing that? His analysis was totally wrong. And you should stick with the crime scene investigation, blood splatter, and footprints, and leave the other side of stuff to us.
Without any kind of News Nation headlines and whatnot over the top of it. And I feel like that's a pretty clean video there. So just to get everybody associated. Now we have the first image that was sent to me was what these gentlemen feel is
just shrink that down again. What's this? 3D Prima, how's it going? Has the Pokemon hatched already? I'm not sure what you mean. Oh, you mean the egg thing. It could be a Kaijua. Kaijua? Never heard of it. Sounds almost like a Maori name, that. A fruit Jew. No, okay. Let's just see what he means. No, I spelled it wrong. Come on. I've got sausage fingers and bad eyes. Is a Japanese term that is commonly associated with the media involving giant monsters. So you reckon it's a big monster egg glowing green from Mars.
I think a big reveal, which is a quantum photographic image of a still frame of that egg as it sits on the ground.
All right, so there's a lot to unpack here. Now, don't worry,
The guy's a complete moron.
I have just the video by itself that I'm going to play here in just a second, okay, of this cleaned up egg, version, whatever, cleaned up egg video, right? Now, again, let me make it clear. These gentlemen are claiming that, at least the one guy that brought on the video, right, Scott Roeder, he is claiming that this is the same video as the News Nation one. He even says this is the cleanest version I've found that doesn't have all the News Nation stuff on it, right? So they're claiming it's the same video, right? Now, don't worry, I've got a comparison coming so we can look at them side by side. But
you don't need a comparison, right? We know it's not the same. It really looks at
both the videos, and you can see these are not even the same. The only thing that's...
They're not the same. But the guy was talking about UFOs with some sort of device in the center that pops out and detonates and all sorts of crap. When you think about it, it sounds almost like a Chinese weapon, a balloon that floats over USA with an explosive thing in the middle. And if you try and shoot it, it pops and then the explosive falls down and blows up houses. Actually, it would be quite a weapon of terror where you can't actually shoot it down. If you do, then it detonates. It could just be hanging in the sky forever. And they're going to somehow try and capture it and then bring it down with a net or something. But yeah, shouldn't give too many ideas to the Chinese out there. In fact, it could be an explosive package inside full of anthrax or some sort of new version of COVID. Chinese virus. Oh, I've just lost my income.
Similar about it is the green, the rope, the egg, you know what I mean? But look at it. It's not even the same video. So
he's got side by side here. You can see this is definitely an egg shape. And this is a round shape. So if that Vegas expert can't tell the difference between those two, then that just proves a point. And then we got this other video, which I'm not sure where that's from.
Is the payload that has been triggered to be released. And essentially what I'm gathering by putting, A plus B together is that C equals that they believe this is a Trojan horse that was set down so that it would be picked up so that it could be released in an area that it wanted to be, that maybe it couldn't go independently. So literally an Easter egg, a poison Easter egg, was set down by some apparently not friendly other so that it would be picked up by the greedy hands
So you didn't say aliens, yeah.
of the military and brought behind enemy lines to then be released. That's what I'm getting is the story here.
What?
Yeah,
Poison.
exactly right.
This Easter egg was set behind enemy lines. What are we?
I think my idea of Chinese balloons, what he means, which they're calling UAP in this case. I don't think the aliens would be sending down explosive eggs. They don't need to do anything like that. So yeah.
Is so hot that it is radiological, that it is radioactive, that it is the detonation. It is the payload. It's the explosive device for this egg. And this red piece right here.
So now it's saying it's a nuclear duty bomb inside a helium balloon. It's just garbage. He's making assumptions, just like I made assumptions that it was Chinese. But that would be a fairly good idea. They've tried everything else in the past. So why couldn't they just have remote control balloons, which is basically what they're experimenting with at the moment, call it weather balloons. Then inside the balloon actually put in some dirty radioactive bomb with even biological weapons inside. And either getting them shot down or have a detonation of some kind inside. So yeah, I suppose I'll post a link to this guy, Vetted, since we used his one. But yeah, he's saying it's their theory's crazy. Okay, I'll just post it. Explosive, which is not the same as the other one. But there's a few of these videos coming out now. They're all fake. Okay, so we can be done with that one. Bullshit. There's things not right in that video with the helicopter noise. Easily faked. The garden thing outside. But anyway, next one. Alright, I thought this is kind of cool. Rook 3, which is X's AI, which they've added to the side of Twitter, X. I present to you the X gang defeat the mainstream media. So I thought this is kind of cool. Brings back the old retro days of gaming when the first PCs. I'm not sure if it's copyrighted music though. So what do we got? So we got YouTube, we got MSN, BC, Apple. What was the other one? Bing. What was that one with a D? Was that Instagram? Oh, TikTok, was it? Shooting all the misinformation. WS, what's that? Wall Street Journal. All the things that Mick West loves. What was the butterfly one? Facebook, was it? I think they should just make it into a game and make it so people could be multiplayer. And you could have other players that want to be anti-Elon or whatever. They could play the MSA block and see if they can move it out of the way of the guns. Or pick up invincibility, so they can't be shot and you just crash it into it and destroy X. I think it has possibilities that... Anyway, I'll post a link to that. You can share it about if you want. X game, next popular game. I think there was another one too, wasn't there? That Alex Jones did. What was that one again? Donald Trump gang, and he was trying to get away from the snipers and things and beat up and kill the enemy. So yeah, I never actually downloaded it and have a play with it, but I think it's still available, isn't it? Although he had to sell his domain, does that mean he had to sell that as well? Jones Trump gang, I think it's called. I can't remember what it was called. It was based on Indiana Jones anyway. Trump gang. Okay. Yeah, Sting. Trump it up. It was a Sting gang. Love the gang. This one here. Surviving Mars. What's that one? One day, humans will colonize Mars. $47. Bloody hell. That's like a year of donations from Michael King. He's not around today. Pretty shame. He said he was sick. Look her up. Putin set out to look up crooked Hillary. That sounds like fun. Apple. Not sure if we can play it free or not. If anyone needs looking up, that's her. That's for sure. No one's innocent that smashes up their smartphone with emails on it, and also the PCs in the house. No one does that unless they're guilty or something. Yeah, I'm not sure. Oh, here it is. Is that the one? I think it might be that one. Recommended. If you love Trump, then this game is for you. Play as Trump in a chopper and kill ISIS. I think it might be that one. Still, they want $4 for it. I thought his one was free though. I didn't read anywhere about Alex Jones there though. It doesn't matter. Now we got some extra pictures. Let's have a look. The artwork needs some work. Okay. It looks better in the game though. Google's not going to like me doing this. Anyway, I'll post a link to that anyway as well. I think it was the Sting game. I think that was the one. Should say I'll be back. I'll be back. And sure enough, he was. In 2024, I'll be back. It's good. It's a real hoot. I'm really having a hoot of a time seeing Mick West and all the frauds keep promoting negative stuff about Elon Musk and being completely wrong about what they're doing. So Elon Musk and team are meant to be like a team of 19-year-olds to 20-year-olds whiz kids that basically aged university degrees and all that sort of stuff, and they're looking into all the finances of the government, and of course the the corrupt government people all freaking out because they're finding out lots of things. So one of them is they found that they were paying over 20 million dead people on the register for retirement social security numbers. But I think they're paid out by check, so we know they know how much is being paid out, but turns out that no one was scrubbing the database of when the people die, and it's just gradually built up over the years on this chart, giving wrong indication of numbers. And if that could be used to send money to dead people, and the dead people that get that social security number would get the check, then it could be used for fraud, couldn't it? Which is basically probably what they're going to find out. But yeah, like they reckon it's like a CIA front to distribute money to people that they want, like hitmen. Probably to fund shooting Trump, the two shooters, people like that, or influence other country governments. So yeah, if they dismantle all that and get it cleaned up, that's what people should want. But anyway, apart from Mick West, he doesn't want that. Now on to the next one. Steve Greenstreet. A classified report revealed that the 2023 Chinese spy balloon probably launched drone gliders over America. So this is something else, right? We were just looking at one suggestion that maybe the helium balloons could have an explosive device inside with viruses or nuclear material. But now they're saying the balloons deployed gliders can carry out separate spy missions. The Biden admin wanted to hide this from the public. How often did this happen? No, I think that's still happening, mate, because that AARO report is just bullshit. So how did they do it? Inside? Or is it dangling? I don't know. How does it work? So it's a drone with holes. Battery pack. So it could release a swarm of these drones. Looks like it comes out the side of the balloon. And then they can spiral downwards by gliding in the air currents. Then what happens to them? Obviously they're going to go crashing into the sea or somewhere, right? GPS. It's pretty incredible that no one else is really talking about this. Instead, the government just announced a new task force to investigate various conspiracy theories like ocean-dwelling moon men. You forget the 1% alien craft. That's what I said to it. Yeah. So it happened also in 2015 when they filmed the GoFast, claiming it as a small bird or drone. China dough, way to go. Did anyone find a glider? Good question. Maybe it's like Get Smart that self-destructs after it transmits all the information up to the satellite. America is toast. Where are these drones? Where did they land, if any, recovered? I suppose they could land on a Chinese carrier out to sea, right? So they could recover all of them, recharge the batteries. If you think about it, that'd be, or even a landing platform on a submarine that just pops up out of the sea. Wasn't convinced until we saw the batteries bit spelt wrong. The US is probably paying for it somehow. Yeah. US aid. Does a glider do anything that UFOs do? And that's in that you are publicizing classified information. This is why I consider drones the biggest air threat right now. And didn't someone come out from the penthouse? Not penthouse. Pentagon. Although it probably is turn out to be a penthouse as well. We never know. We're going to find out when they order it. Didn't someone come out from them saying that there are foreign drones flying over America? So someone has sort of come forward. Maybe this is part of it. Batteries is spelt wrong. Correct. The balloon looks like an egg. No! No, it doesn't. What's your point? They're coming for us in 2030. Well, they might be doing that now. There's a couple of battleships out to sea very close to New Zealand and Australia at the moment. Saying it's war exercises. China could take over New Zealand in an instant. We got no guns. No one's armed. Yeah. Why would they want to take over New Zealand? No. There's nothing here. It's just sheep. Food and clean water. Biological agents inside trucks. So now they're talking about trucks. Both the Trump and Biden admins want to hide this from China. In fact, it turned out that Trump wasn't actually informed about the Chinese spy balloon, so why would you think that Trump even knows about it? You idiot. Okay. Because the general there that's always been backstabbing him said he couldn't trust Trump. I need your attention. What do you think is going on here? Someone, let's put a smudge on the camera lens. This guy needs some serious psychological help. These are screenshots from a video that you probably watched. Enlarge, watch it again, frame by frame. So it could be close up of clouds, is it, with the sun? Let's see what he's talking about here. Yeah, here we go. Lights of a city. Good one, mate. That's really great. That's a blurry video to start with. That one, where the helicopter goes straight into the plane. Good stuff. Now, you'd think you'd have seen that when the radar, front radar would have been going berserk. When this plane would have been detecting it coming straight at the side, you'd think, but again, the radar dish is on the front of the plane, not the side of the plane, so maybe they need better radar systems put on planes where it can actually see 360. Collision avoidance. So what are they trying to say? Is aliens. Aliens. So that's the explosion part. It's got to be that part there, isn't it? I think he's trying to say there's 2 UFOs in it. It's amazing what people waste their time on. I think there's clearer footage than that, isn't there? Those weren't the clearest footage. Well, there you can see it's a helicopter. And you can see that's a small jet coming into land. I suppose that might be the... And then it goes out of focus. Why does it go out of focus? And there's the plane going into the water. So, maybe they were the best videos, but still, claiming to be something other than a helicopter and plane colliding is just stupid. On to the next piece of news. Here we go for time. 2 hours already. It only feels like an hour. That's alright. We got a few bits to go over still. What's this one? Green streak again. UFO Apostle Lou Elizondo prophesies that a very major event and very big mind-blowing revelation would occur within 2 weeks. He said this 4 weeks ago. Okay, what's he saying?
Now you have also a very major event, which I'm not going to discuss here right now because it's going to be evident anyways, probably within...
So when was this? What's the date on it? Where's the date? Date. 14th of February. Lover's Day. Valentine's Day. So he said that on the 14th of January. And 2 weeks from there would be the end of January. So it could be the plane collision and helicopter collision being the big event he's talking about. But you could apply that to anything, right? You could make a prediction that it's going to be something big in 3 weeks' time. And an earthquake happens. Or an asteroid comes down. Or China start firing live rounds next to New Zealand. So if I disappear offline, you know the Chinese invaded us. There's been some dispute recently with some islands that New Zealand looks after, like Fiji and Cook Islands and all that sort of stuff. Have accepted a deal with China to fund building things there against New Zealand's wishes, right? Because I think they're going to build like a runway and they can have planes there within strike distance of New Zealand and Australia. Not sure if you've heard about it. It was on the news a couple of days ago. China. But this island, they don't want China to do a deal with the island and have an airport there against the previous agreement. And now suddenly the Chinese boats are showing up in the sea, claiming they're doing live round testing. And it's right over under the flight path of planes from New Zealand to Australia, and they didn't give any prior warning of it, and someone spotted them firing live rounds, and it's the only reason they got information to the airport. China deal, New Zealand. What was the island? Was it Fiji? I can't remember all the details. I think, yeah, we heard Cook Islands, here we go. Cook Islands struck a deal with China on seabed minerals. But they get an airport there. 5 seabed exploration. I'll just have a look at that one. So what were they going to give them? Cook Islands. When you sign deals with economic giants like China, you have to question the long-term consequences. So yeah, they could just take over the world all in one go, I suppose. I thought it was the airport mentioned, or a runway, military runway there, so they could fly materials there. Anyway, we'll just keep an eye on it. I can't really trust the news media to be accurate. Best for our country. Money buys everything. Welcome Chinese support for NI shipping vessel to help transport goods and people from Rangatoa to other islands. I think it's more than shipping though. I think it's planes as well. Anyway, now what's come out is days after that, or a week after all that news. We've got ships now off the coast of New Zealand. China ships. Australian warns of Chinese Navy live fire exercise. Carries out second live weapons drill in Tasman Sea. 1 hour ago. There you go. So that's today's news. The New Zealand Defence Force has this afternoon witnessed the live rounds being fired from a Chinese warship into the Tasman Sea. Flights had to be diverted yesterday after commercial pilots were warned to avoid airspace between New Zealand and Australia. It's all going down, guys. It's not an invasion of aliens, it's an invasion of Chinese. I shouldn't laugh, but it's probably going to happen. We haven't been given a reason. Anyway, just keep an eye on that shit. Never know what happened. They'll invade us and then kill us, I guess. What's going on here? Right, the bots. Seems to be more frequent again. I wonder if he's just changed around the code. And the timings are not quite right again. So how many got out there at the moment? Still 8. Okay. Do hit a like button if you like what we've been doing today. Stuff that you haven't heard or agree with what my analysis is. Why is it not dinging? Now it's dinging. Okay, so what's he saying here?
Within the next week or two, maybe even sooner. But there's some very, very big revelations coming our way. And what I would suggest to everybody is have a little patience, because I think it's really going to be mind-blowing. I know what's coming. And you know, the reason why sometimes I can't say certain things is because I have to let things play out. Now you have also...
It's also a good way to get views to your channel. Keep putting out these announcements. Something big is coming. Jesus Christ is going to appear to us. Okay, so yeah. What are they saying? Well, it did. Dodge and corruption. Well, that was big news. But what idiots waste their time, their lives listening to Zondo? Well, there's quite a few out there, unfortunately. Is it possible that he knew about the Lunar Task Force? I was talking about that. Did Luna provide any major mind-blowing UFO revelations? No. Why is anyone at all still listening to this? I said that. I forgot to get a drink. The biggest and most influential media outlets on planet Earth keep credulously platforming them, unfortunately. It's hilarious how they do this, as Elizondo is considered one of the more mainstream UFO grifter, but is no different than David Wilcox and Corey Good. They all want to be more important than they really are. They want to be the smartest and toughest person. 2 weeks in the eyes of Lord in it. If he had not blocked me a long time ago, he might have had something to say. Philip, tonight's space at 7 PM Eastern. We hope you will join us. So we got stupid sun Soho pictures again. Notice the small white speck at NASA link, which is clearly shown. No. So you're talking about that. Where's it on that? Can't see it there. Oh, right there. Which we know is to do with radiation hitting the sensor. This is all stupid stuff, right? We know it's ionized radiation messing up the electronic sensor. So yeah, wouldn't have any mind-blowing stuff, mate. What was his name? Philip Davies. He's no better than Zondo. There was 2 shooters. We know that. Lou is Gorilla from Planet of the Apes. He was off a few days. House Oversight Committee. It was Jake Barber, or Jacob Barber. Jake is abbreviation for Jacob. Barber came out the following day and said his story was neither a major event nor a mind-blowing revelation. Will you answer the question, do you think NHI exists? Counterintelligence agent through and through. Well, we know non-human intelligence does exist in the form of them experimenting with not AI as we've been using on the web, but AI through biological chips where they're using cells from a real brain on a chip, and it's making up its own sort of decisions, apparently. So they're mucking around with that stuff, so it'd be like a human hybrid intelligence. What's interesting though, they're using monkey brains, was it, or meant to be brain cells from a Neanderthal man, or ancient man, or some mummy, or something like that. They're mucking around with various brain cells from various things, I think. What's it called? Now I'll mention it. Brain cells. Quantum computing. See what comes up. The phrase brain cells quantum computer refers to a scientific theory that suggests the human brain might utilize quantum mechanics principles to perform complex calculations. And that's not what I was after. Is the human brain a quantum computer? The brain can't be a computer, but maybe it could use some kind of quantum computing. Well, it's come up with something different. I wasn't expecting this. Let's see. Helps if I spell things right though. Brain cells on chip. Human brain cells hooked up to a chip can do speech. Ah, so that's pretty recent. Let's have a look at that one. Don't you leave yet. Give us your money. I ain't got no money. I'm more broke than anybody. I owe the bank my kidneys. And body parts. Okay. Brain organoids. Clumps of brain cells grown in a dish can be hooked up to a electronic chip and carry out simple computational tasks, and a new study shows. And guess who it is? Finn. Is that Japanese or Chinese? Guko and his team in Indiana generated a brown organoid from stem cells, attached it to a computer chip and connected their setup known as a brainware to a AI tool. They found that the hybrid system could process, learn and remember information. That's why I keep telling these people, the brain cells, the actual atoms, somehow is storing the information in the atom level. How many millions of atoms are we talking about in a little sample like that? We're talking millions, maybe billions of cells. It was even able to carry out some fundamental speech recognition. It's pretty amazing what they're doing. So yeah, is that guy? Come on, zoom back in. Okay, other religious stories. I don't know, is that is fig Chinese? Let's have a look. Chinese name Fing has many meanings. There you go. So again, does that mean the Chinese are ahead of us? And are these Chinese that live in America, are they born there? Are they immigrants there? And are they feeding information back to China using American technology and money to figure out all this stuff, and then the Chinese then exploit it? Possibly. Means good fortune. So it's Chinese, not Japanese. Relative common Chinese surname. How about first name? Well, I guess it means good luck. And the last part of that name, I don't know. Oh, wind, they're saying now. First name primarily meaning wind. So if it's the first name, it's wind, and if it's the second name, it's luck. Anyway, got sidetracked there. So yeah, a lot of Chinese. I don't think the intelligence of the schools in America are turning out characters like the Chinese students and the Indian students. Are accelerated in all the sciences, even in New Zealand, Australia. Our school systems need a radical overhaul, especially America. That there's 16 behind other countries. I think it was. Yeah, I could probably look it up and get the stats on that, but 16 behind, I believe. I think the first one might even be the first one leading with intelligent students is China. A brain chip in the human brain. With human brain cells, they're saying there, but I think they've used it with monkey as well as other things. Military, there's the key word there. So this is where the non-human intelligence comes in, right? It could be military droid with a biological chip that's good enough to remember how to fly a plane or whatever, and just put it in the cockpit and let it go. Faster than a Mach 10 or whatever it is humans pass out after about 5 seconds. It would it could be protected, you know, the brain chips inside could be protected from all that stress. Maybe by even having it in some fluid. Fluid is a good dampener of inertia. 800,000 human and mouse brain cells. There you go. They used all sorts of things to see what's best. AI Start wants to be the next NVIDIA by building, and again Chinese names, trained human brain cells on a computer chip. I can see you can get laptops now with AI chips on it. And this year, so I mean last year, not too far away. Swiss startup, cyborg biocomputers running up to 4 living human brains on a silicon chip. Tech firms, well, one head's better than 2 heads are better than 1. Tech firms are making computer chips for human cells. So it goes way back to 22 there. Neurons on a chip. And we've got Australia doing it in 23. Biofluidics. Microfluidics. Brain on chip technology. I suppose that would get around heating problems, right? Because the fluids could be cooled. Lab is measured human brain. 23, 23, 22, 21. So there we go, stem cell. So it goes back a few years. $3 million brain on chip. So when was it started? 2019? That's really interesting. so much reading to keep up with all these startups and universities doing it. So where can it go wrong, guys? Connect 16 mini brain cells made of human tissue. So that one's a parallel processor, 16 heads. Startup in Switzerland. And that was last year too. So what's going on in 2025 then? There you go, the AI's popped in. It's rapidly developing, with researchers actively exploring ways to integrate living brain cells into microchips. Key points. Miniature 3D brain cell structures. Neuralink and technologies. Companies like Neuralink focus on developing. I wonder if Elon Musk is using it in his Starlinks for spying as well. Potential applications include studying brain disorders. Yeah, they say, oh, we're doing it to help man. Put a chip in a human's head so they can walk again. But meantime, they use the military funding it so they can put it in their drones to fly them at hypersonic speed and use human type decisions whether they drop a bomb or not. Oh, here we go. Put a chip in a paralyzed man's brain. There you go. 25. Try out the chip produced. Okay, let's have a read of that one. Now can move things with his mind. It's a bit like Steve Hawkins. A lot of reading. I suppose he got paid quite a good sum of money too, I'd say, to be a guinea pig and take a risk of helping himself out. Hope it doesn't go any wrong, because Elon has a lot of inventions that go wrong. Actually, let's see. Wasn't it the unbreakable glass? Whoops, what happened there? Elon Musk failed inventions. But he certainly got SpaceX right, hasn't he? There was a few problems there that they're sort of sorted out now. Alright, the bot's quite happy to chip in here, because you know how much Google and all the left hate Elon Musk. Elon Musk's Hyperloop and X.com are examples of his new inventions that have faced challenges. Hyperlink in 2013 released a paper outlining the hyperlink proposal transportation system that would be faster. Isn't that where the car goes underground onto a rail system in the city? I can't remember now. Something like that, wasn't it? Just goes around in a circle. That's why it's called a loop. And what's wrong with X? He's only made X better. But it's got still a long way to go, I think. Especially with the editing. In 1999, Musk co-founded X.com online bank and payment service. Alright, okay. They're not talking about... because he used that domain for Twitter now, hasn't he? So, looks like it did fail. Investors required Musk with Bill Harris, CEO. Musk returned And yeah, he did PayPal okay, and sold PayPal, and that really got him the billions in the first place to do his car, and that got billions to do SpaceX. Musk has said that the mistakes are opportunities for growth. He has also faced financial difficulties, including near bankruptcy for Tesla and SpaceX during the 2008 financial crisis, brought on by which president? Was that Obama, isn't it? Yes. Musk has overcome challenges through determination. Biggest business failures. Acquisition of Twitter and its drop in value. Well, they found out the reason was the drop in value was because they said a lot of the users were fake. And there wasn't as many users as they were claiming by the board of trustees, wasn't it? Tesla's production delays. For what? Quality control. SpaceX early Falcon 1 failures. Well, I'll just saying about that too. But they sorted all that out now. Solar City, financial struggles and controversies. The Boring Company, delays and scaling issues. So that was underground tunneling, which did work, didn't it? Again, it's just like just keep working at it until it works finally the way you wanted it. I guess keep throwing money at it. Anyway, enough on that. So really, move on. Got sidetracked on memory chip and AI. People have been promising major events for decades. Oh, that's true. Do you remember that Zondo is one of the circular rumor sources for Lockheed Martin? Cohart, Caldwell, Knapp, and News Network all pumping it up. He was probably talking about Jake Barber. 2 more weeks. If you make this statement every 2 weeks, sooner or later you will be right. Alright, enough on that one. I really got zero on YouTube now. Thanks for hitting the like, guys, on Pilled. Got 8 watchers there now all of a sudden. Rumble, 2 likes, thanks there. 1 couple there. More the better, though. Jeremy Corbell says Commander Fravor of the Tic Tac incident was told by CIA that the craft he saw was Lockheed Martin technology. So is that the major news that was meant to be coming out? February, that was 3 days earlier than Zondo saying. But yeah, Lockheed Martin technology. But didn't they go on interview and say it wasn't them? Can't remember, there was an interview, wasn't there, where the CEO was saying it wasn't them. So again, I don't know, just this more fake news from Corbell again. But it does make sense that it was some sort of DARPA project, because even if it was classified, they're not going to come out and say, yeah, it was us. So does sort of make sense. That's some sort of government experiment being employed against its own people to see how it responds, or they respond.
So I was talking with Commander Fravor the other day, and he shared some information that came to him that was just, email style. But George, it was passage material. And I don't know if people on our podcast know what that means, but sometimes in SAPs or special access programs, they have what they call passage material. It's material that is leaked to people. But the thing is that this material is being passed around to people like even Commander Fravor, where they're trying to kind of convince him that Lockheed Martin, as an example, had some sort of similar technology to what he saw. First of all, he laughed. He's like, if people knew my job right now, they would know that I know that is not true. So it was just, he said it to me as like an alert. Have you seen this before? And I said, I have. Do you understand?
So yeah, the point being is that the CIA can't be trusted and they lie all the time and influence other governments. So can't trust anything this says, but it's more likely to be some other experimental project, not necessarily aliens as well. So we can't really know too much what's going on still. And AARO certainly doesn't know. When I first heard about the Tic Tac incident, eyewitness claim, it was sounded like to me what was called a real world application test. That's what I thought too, mate. No tick deployed in a controlled environment. Yeah, that's what I thought too. I don't believe it. I would like to be proved wrong. That's not what Fravor testified under oath. I wonder if anyone else... Can we trust Fravor even? No, you can't. I wonder if anyone has contacted Lockheed Martin. I'm pretty sure they've been interviewed. To go back in my live streams, I might even be playing a clip of it. I told you, see, liar. There were sightings long before Lockheed existed. This is a conspiracy to conceal the truth. 2004 Lockheed Martin we're talking about. Can't believe anything a government person says. As if we're going to believe the CIA. Exactly. Look at the lies they did with Trump in trying to set him up. Hasn't Stephen Greer been saying that most UFOs are man-made? Stephen Greer is another fraud, mates. Why are you listening to him? CIA could have been telling him lies. Yes. I feel like no one listened to me this video. Fravor was calling bullshit on the Lockheed Martin claim. Well, there you go. You still trust the CIA? No. E, G, and G, egg. I love it. Can I share that? I'm probably not logged in, am I? Yeah, a lot of people talk to their posts, but no one talks to my posts. Losers. Okay, on to the next one. Okay, so we're meant to carry on with some bullshit from UFOman. Volume 2. And we're meant to be looking at also catch up on third phase of the main stuff. How long we got left? 2 hours 44 minutes, and we can probably look at a couple of bits. I want to sort of round it up at 3 hours. Seems to be a better time fit for most things. Let's just skim through some of these. Let's have a look at this one. Oh, I don't know if that's really loud to you, but it's loud to me. I'll just tweak it down a wee bit. Yeah, this looks familiar. Okay, we got no ground reference, cloud reference, or any reference to it. So is it actually in space, or is it actually in the sky? There was one beforehand, which looks like a mile balloon or something dangling down.
You guys, check out this disc with a couple close-ups.
So it looks like a cushion pillow spinning in the wind all over the place.
That are stabilized. Here's a flying wing over Nevada in 2020.
Oh yeah, it's a plane wing. So is that a shadow on the ground of the desert? Oh, so we got no reference. It's so crap videos, isn't it? It's like it's been mucked around with.
Here's a flying wing over Nevada in 2022.
Okay, so if that's a plane banking, that's a pretty steep bank there. Engine, jet engine. Could be a flying wing. We're not seeing the rest of the body. That's a pretty steep bank, but I reckon they're aiming the camera upwards into the sky. We're actually seeing a plane pass overhead. That's what we're looking at. Because we've got no reference point here. It looks like clouds, so definitely there's cloud above it. So it's just a normal plane, isn't it? It's going to be like a Janet flight or something like that. Or maybe a F-16 or F-18. Okay, next one. It's inside some window. Looks like it might be a plane window.
Here's an object out a plane window over the Bahamas.
Alright, plane window, yep.
In 2022.
Bahamas, so that could be just a reflection on the glass panel. And we're getting a double image. Because normally it's 3 panels.
Looks like a disc with multiple lights.
A disc! Yeah.
A comparison to the UK, USA, and UK.
Now, if that was like some object that's fairly bright, what would it be? The other side of the window. Reflecting off the window. It looks kind of like a jet to me. Looks like landing gear, jet. Is it maybe on the runway? Ah, it could be. And that could be a reflection off the runway, couldn't it? Looks like a wing going off this way. And it's just being lit up by lights, and it's probably a nighttime flight and he's filming it through the window. Oh, I haven't done that again. Oh, let me just fix that. Alright, yeah, it kind of looks like a jet on the ground with the lights underneath reflecting off the concrete. And the wing coming out this way, and the tail fin, looks like a tail fin there. And some more lights reflecting.
To the left.
It's amazing what they can call a disc. And let's see. Looks like it's a fair distance away, it's probably why it's pixelated. So he's zooming through the window, it's on the runway.
2022. looks like a disc with multiple lights. A comparison to
I'm just so good at this stuff. It's definitely a plane on the runway. And next one.
object passing by a passenger.
A passenger jet. And that kind of looks like it could be a balloon.
Plane in 2006.
And that's nowhere near the plane as well. It's what you call a forced perspective. It looks like it's close, but it's not. And you're filming upwards. So it'd be some sort of miler balloon or even a weather balloon. It could be.
Over the U.S. Here's an object I thought was the International Space Station over Sweden.
Which you can actually see with your eyes, apparently. And binoculars.
In 2010, but it turned out not to be that.
We got no ground reference again. It does look like it could be the space station. There's the two solar panels, and it has another solar panels on the other end, and they can change the angle of them to the sun, and they become less or more reflective. And it does look like individual solar panels now, doesn't it? Alright, so next one looks like a submarine. I don't know where we are. This is this old footage from a hoaxer, wasn't it? Made up all these fake images.
Here's a disc passing by a plane in 2008.
Come on, you know that's fake, yes, right? Just some sort of model passing a window.
It has been
added. Wasn't that Section 51 that did that one?
researched by people in the know for years.
Like UFO interests, and he has found the CGI artist for it. We probably could probably search it and look it up probably on his channel.
Here's some flashing objects, one in the U.S.,
Flashing objects like police cops.
one in New Zealand, and one in the U.K. Check it out.
Okay, it looks like planes out of focus. So where are we now? New Zealand?
Peru in 2020 with a flashing light.
Oh, that one didn't last very long with the planes. Anyway, out of focus planes. This one, Peru.
In the center. At first I thought it was an LED balloon, but I'm unsure what it is.
I got no reference points to it.
In the center. At first I thought it was an LED balloon.
Kind of looks like it might be a letter O balloon. But it could have a flashing light on it.
Balloon, but I'm unsure
Not the International Space Station UFOs again.
what it is. Here's a
Look how nice and clear focused it is.
triangular object passing by the ISS in 2013.
And we know it's going to be a reflection, right? This one here, I debunked, and MUFON eventually debunked it, and it's actually a kite. That's like 4 men in size, flying in the city park.
Here's a famous footage over Peru in 2015 of a disc-like object. Also,
We can find the episode where we got that guy that actually makes the kites, showing you it up close, out of in focus. I mean,
in the Netherlands in 2014.
So it actually was blue, red, and white, the colours of Brazil or
They
something.
both appear about the same. Here's a stabilized disc over the UK in 2021. Almost looks like a wedge.
Okay, I think this was an advertising UFO balloon that broke free.
Here's one during an eclipse in 2024. Here's one over Colombia in 2022 that appears to be...
Okay, this is also some sort of balloon, but not a UFO
wedge.
one.
Personally, I think it might be exotic technology.
Yeah, called a Mylar balloon.
Here's one with a moving light that goes left to right.
Okay, this is different again. He's mixing it all together.
Right to left. And a
He's comparing it to another video, which has nothing to do with it.
comparison shot with an object over Saudi Arabia in 2016.
Okay, two videos, which are obviously nonsense and not the same.
Here are two objects that...
Well, that's been long enough to really analyze that other one, but looked like it could have been a kite even.
look almost the same, one in 2020 and one in 2024. Here's an object that travels fast along the coastline in South Korea in 2021. Here's an object that will fly toward you.
Okay. I think I remember this one.
Reverse it so you can see it.
I think it was a seed pod. Coming off the mountain breeze there.
Here's a clear bubble over Italy in 2011.
A bubble. Okay, again. It looks like one of those fancy kites that people build in 3 segments, like a flying fish, and you can't see the middle bit.
11 with a close-up shot in the corner.
That's not a close-up shot, that's out of focus.
Here's a sphere and a cube in the US in 2018. One in Italy in 2005.
Spud cam. Minor balloons again.
One in Colombia in 2021.
Yeah, okay, it looks like an engine, it's not, it's just reflecting the sun. It's probably some sort of pyramid or diamond shaped balloon in this case.
There are definitely cubes with spheres inside of them.
Yeah, of course, yeah, you can buy them online. Cubes with spheres, I think you can actually buy them. Cube inside a sphere balloon. I'm pretty sure I've seen them. Yeah, so there's a prototype radar decoy, which they believe is one that what's his name? The pilot saw that flew, but that they said flew between them, but actually it was stationary and they went past it. So yeah, cube inside. Well, there's 70 cubes and there's 70 sphere balloons, and there we go. Black cube inside. That's probably edit though. But I have seen it. I've seen a picture of it. Whether if I can find it again. Oh. No. I was trying to do that. Oh, I got that thing going again. Yeah, it'll probably take ages to find it again. But basically someone did it, right? They got a hold of a cube one and a clear sphere and put the cube inside the sphere one. But you also could do the opposite way around to find a clear cube. Let's see. Clear. And you can get them. Alright. Oh, here we go. Well, he hasn't actually got a sphere in it, though. But still. There's another one. And you've got actual drones as well. But anyway, enough from that. I've probably run out of time, haven't I? Like I said, I didn't want to go over too long. Should be wrapping up now, shouldn't I, really? Well, we got halfway through. We'll come back to that one. We'll do the other half next time, maybe. See what happens. Breaking UFO news. Yeah. There was one I was meant to look at. Oh, this one here. This one here, they filmed what I believe is one of those survival.
Footage has.
Stupid. Yeah, Dr. J. They said they filmed this near airports, and to me that looks like one of those survival pods that they have normally solar panels on top. They can put on cliffs, remote forest areas, and it's enough for a couple of people to be inside it, right, to survive freezing cold night. If you got a small thing like that, that's sealed from the outside and all double and insulated, the body heat will soon heat it up, right? But yeah, they're saying it's a alien spacecraft, of course, on third phase. I mean,
obviously, it's been on this platform for quite some time, but you know, as you see it, maybe levitating based on the shadow and, of course, the size.
Yeah, same as the building shadows, is it? Well, could it be on a stand to stop it? Because it's egg shaped, right? So it has a special stand that wraps around and makes it lay on flat ground. They probably scoop out the soil on a mountain or whatever and have it sort of half buried into the soil so it doesn't rock around. Anyway.
Size of this thing, it's very possible that this has been kind of sitting away for a very long time, but for what?
Stupid, isn't it?
It's just not sitting there. It's on a pedestal. It's on a stand. It's
there you go.
something because it's sitting a little bit off the concrete floor here. So that's my assessment.
So I think these are recycled again because the egg things come up. They're recycling old videos. Have they got any other bits added to it? No, just got various people talking about it. And then they're talking about the other egg stuff, right? Anyway. Get back. Was there any other good ones here? Not really. It's all garbage. I'm surprised they get so many people watching. Okay, this one. Let's have a quick look.
To paranormal activity. Now let's get to the latest.
All right. This one here, I think it's just a camera artifact.
A lot of people say, first of all, if everyone.
Come on, play the sequence. The dogs are woofing at something here.
All right, let's roll this once again. We're looking at something very peculiar, and the dog's reaction tells it all. They seem to be excited about something.
It's a little black shadow bit moving.
And actually not excited excited, but actually scared at the...
Now, we've seen this on security cams before, on infrared. And that's probably just a person walking past that's not been illuminated by the infrared, or it's wearing some clothing that doesn't let much of the heat, body heat through. Yeah, it kind of looks like a person there, doesn't it? It kind of looks like the head there, and this blurred body as it sort of looks like it's running past.
At the same time, we're looking at some kind of...
You can see there's rolling shutter effect. So it looks like someone in a heat absorbing suit, so the IR has difficulty picking it up, and it's just running through the frame there, and the dogs of course are going to react to it, right? So let's just move on. They're going to spend hours talking about that, I guess. Okay, next one.
Reporting more sightings than ever, and it's not just about having so many cameras.
It's not just
around the world, because a lot of these UFOs are reported without being on camera. Fortunately,
okay, I'm not sure.
We have it on camera.
I got no reference points. Top of the building there, is it? Looks like it's going to be some sort of advertising balloon, or someone on top of the building flying a balloon kite.
Seeing here
Isn't it?
Is in France, and you have literally what looks like to be a glowing craft. Is it the shape of a tic tac, or is it the shape of a
still moving past
saucer?
the buildings?
Yeah, I would actually say it looks
Very much like a advertising blimp.
more likely than a saucer than it does of a tic tac shape, because when zoomed in, you can actually...
Now, could it be simply a plane? This one, we're just not seeing the detail. I say it's more likely to be some sort of balloon. Advertising balloon that's broken free. And again, there's no information. It doesn't seem to be totally level either. It looks like the wind would push it slightly up from the back and push it along.
Flying saucer. You know, at one point in the beginning of the video,
It's not level.
I feel like I see a bit of a tail fin coming up, so I'm wondering if...
Yeah, that's what I'm wondering too. Maybe we're not seeing it as a plane. It does look like a plane there though, doesn't it? Looks like a little black bit on the end. Again, it could be an advertising blimp, and they do have little tail fins on them. But it could easily be just out of overexposed white plane with some sort of blue coloured fin tail on the back. And it's coming down to land. We don't know where the airport is, so not using any flight radar tracking apps.
If maybe it's the light coming off.
Yeah, see how it's gone out of focus now? When it was in focus, we could see detail. Now it just looks like a blob, overexposed light. So yeah, it does look like it's going to be a plane after all. Okay, moving on. And because it's overexposed, we're not seeing the blinking lights as well, and it's in the daytime, so it's harder to see the wingtip lights anyway.
UFO phenomenon. I think it's within our assets and these unacknowledged projects. Is this what we're looking at? The technology happening in real time?
Okay, haven't we seen this in UK? Is this a UK video where someone was flying a drone? It was on the beach, flying a drone, and it looks like it comes out of water, and when it's not, then it hovers.
All right, let's take it out to Dr. J. Dr. J, any idea what this USO is?
We have another super great catch here coming.
And it's hovering with a flashing light.
Straight off of San Diego from a webcam. Now, this is typically what
There's someone flying a drone, come on.
we used to call in the past a USO, unidentified submerged object, which is basically a UFO.
No, it's just the camera hasn't detected it until then. Maybe because it's the sun's come up slightly more on an angle. Looks like it might be twilight or early in the morning.
An unidentified flying object going into the water.
And the smudginess is because of the camera artifact rather than water dripping off it.
This is typically what we used to call in the past a USO, unidentified submerged object, which is basically a UFO.
It's just a damn drone. Someone's flying a drone around. So let's see. It wasn't underwater. This one. What's this one?
I got a feeling there's
Loch Ness Monster.
99% of the creatures that live within the ocean that have yet to be discovered. Are we looking at some kind of
Alright, I can see something moving here.
sea creature in this video? Brent, what's your thoughts on this?
All right, people wanted to share this with us. It's kind of going viral, and we've been looking at this for a little bit, and we're going to do some enhancements. Let's get a good close-up, and let's just...
Okay, that reminds me of, what do you call it, commemoration flight of blackbirds. And they do make the snaky patterns. And also you got atmospherics there. Obviously at sea level it's going to distort the light rays coming off it. And if you do it, so it looks like a commemoration happening on extreme spud cam camera. Commemoration. Video. There we go. Can we play it though? There's going to be a few videos that are going to look very similar to that. That one looks like it could be a good one. Yeah, it's got some music. I'll just step it through here. Looks very similar, but it's thicker. Yeah, see the bend in this you're getting here. And then the change in direction. And there we go, it looks very similar to a sea monster. There's another one. Looks about the same height over the sea. Kind of looks weird, doesn't it? So there we go. I don't want to get copyright infringement on it.
Let's observe this one more time. As we're seeing it, we see this kind of like, again, this dark.
I know. It's because we got Fata Morgana happening with a flock of commemoration happening, and it's actually below the horizon, but it's being projected up by the Fata Morgana mirage effect. You can see it's actually lower down here. So it's a combination of atmospherics and a bird cluster.
As it traverses across the water and kind of intercepts with the island in a...
there you go. Loch Ness Monster made from mirage and commemoration. So I'm going to leave it there, guys. We got through a couple of the videos very quickly. Probably need to look at a few more of those stupid ones and try and figure out what we're looking at. So I'm going to leave it there, say good night. It's time to wrap up. A bit of a disappointment show again. We only got about 16, 15 show up. But Yep, looks like YouTube is finally dead, and Rumble is growing, and Pilled is growing. We had 466 drop by and 76 views. And I suppose that's not too bad. Bit better than last time, anyway. Just update it here before I go. And I'll say good night here. Goof night. Stay safe on the roads, and yeah, I don't know if there's any other people mentioned while I was looking at some of that Zoom level. We got Mr. Tiso. How's it going on Pilled? Thanks you for posting a message. We finally found you. I don't know. I don't think there was any more. And 3D Primo, yeah, we got him or her. And then was there anyone before that? Food to be back. So I didn't even see that typo before. And there was someone called Steve, I think, there as well somewhere. Anyway, I'll just close that down. And what's the final stats say? 10 likes. Hey, thank you guys. Hopefully we can get Rumble doing the same as Pilled members, hitting that like button, because they don't like to do it for some reason. Looks like we had a few people on YouTube drop by. They're probably going to watch it after whatever they're doing, or because it's late at night over there, early in the morning, so maybe they wanted to go to bed, and so those people generally will come back on YouTube and watch it. But anyway, that's good. The stats are actually improving now that I'm finishing the show. So, yeah, I hopefully enjoyed that collection of rubbish that we just looked at. But it had to be done, and critical thinking and analysis skills does really help, and not knowledge of technical things like mirages and bird formations, blah 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 blah. So anyway, I'm about teaching. If you don't agree with me, you can always debate me, and we can go over it in more detail if you need. But yeah, watch out for those SpaceX UFOs. Personally, I don't think you would see them in space, UFOs. Once they get to upper atmosphere, they would simply zoom off anyway. If they wanted to travel into planet to planet, right? I think they just use portals mostly, and multiverse, and just jump points, and they just jump in and out strictly in the atmosphere, and then move over to where they want to go, or into the sea, whatever they want to do. Myself, but anyway, that's why we don't get many videos of them, because they could just jump from space strictly into you, over top of your house, and abduct you, and then zoom off again. But anyway, another episode done for the week. I've still got lots to do here, but we'll originally catch up on all the other stuff I was meant to finish off. There's lots of things to do, and just finding the energy and time to do it, of course. And I don't even work. If I was working, it'd be even harder. Okay, I think the music might be a wee bit low. There we go. We're leaving the Matrix. I better get ready to end the streams. The streaming software. He's going up to the TV satellite dish, the Kiwi. Okay, and didn't